Hey, I'm Amber, and I'm going to be the first one to say welcome to the team. I'm sure you are totally overwhelmed and being like, what is going on right now? So what I would like to do before you go any further with any part of your business is walk you through the 3 most important things that any new coach should do before they move on, okay? So today I'm going to cover 3 things with you, and I do recommend that you have pen and paper and that you take some notes, okay? We're going to cover the time management and prioritization, and we're going to cover your personal Beachbody story, and then we are going to cover your list of people, okay? So the first thing that we need to discuss is your priorities and scheduling those out. Now, what's really cool is that in our Kickoff to Coaching class, we actually spend a whole week on how to run a business and how to run a schedule and all of these things. But it can be difficult to get through the class and really through anything new if you don't have a schedule. So here's the deal though. You can't just make a schedule. You have to have some priorities. You have to have some clear lines on what's going to be part of your life and what's not going to be part of your life in order for you to reach your goals. And that's your health and fitness goals, your financial goals, your whatever you've got going on in the business, okay? So the first thing I need you to do is take some time to think about what is your goal here. What is the most important thing that you want to accomplish right now? Whether that be to hit a certain weight goal, to make a certain amount of money, to help a certain number of people, whatever your goal is. And I quickly want you to write down 5 things that you do right now that you know do not support that goal. Happy hour, some friends maybe that are negative or gossipy or just not really positive, TV watching, too much TV watching, anything recreational that doesn't better you. I know a lot of really fun stuff that we do like scrapbooking, or I know people are into different activities like that. They can be fun from a social aspect and they're wonderful, but you're not moving your body, you're not learning anything new, you're not growing as a person, you're not doing anything that's in line with that priority that you have right now. If you could be spending that time learning how to better meal plan, you could be reading a book or watching a podcast, or I guess listening to a podcast. You could be bettering yourself toward your goal. There's nothing wrong with having those activities. I just want to know if they're not getting you closer to your goals and you are currently doing them, they go on the list. And then go ahead and write down 5 things that you know damn well are getting you toward your goal. Maybe it's checking into your challenge group. Maybe it's coming to team calls. Maybe it's the running group that you're in. Or maybe it's doing your meal plan and meal prepping on Sundays. And you know it takes a few hours, but that's right in line with your goals. Like you want that, okay? So I just want you to have those. Have them on a list. And then I want you to go ahead and grab a paper, a calendar, whatever you're going to work with right now on your phone. And I want you to look at what hours you have to work. So there are 168 hours in a work week or in any 7-day week. And obviously you're going to spend 5 to 7 of those sleeping every night. You shouldn't be sleeping more than that. That's anything more than 7 is not really good for your fitness anyway. So 5 to 7 of that will be sleeping. You probably have work that like a current job. So you have a commute as well. You have your workouts, right? You have your workouts. You have food preparation and packing. I'm like making a list while I'm doing this. Food preparation and packing. You have, maybe you go to church on the weekends. Maybe your kids are in soccer. Okay, so make a list of all of the obligations that you currently have, okay? Now, I want you to be careful when you're doing this because I've seen people take something that's positive and make it negative. It has a negative effect. Church, let's just use it as an example. Let's say you go to church on Sunday and you go to church on Wednesday and you volunteer on Tuesday night and on Friday morning and you spend 4 days of your week somehow in your free time at your church. It's a positive thing. You're doing good things. The issue here is that that's time you could be using to reach the goal that you wrote down. right? So please don't fill in every obligation you currently have. Fill in every obligation you are currently not willing to even possibly compromise on. So instead of taking it from 4 days a week down to 2, you want to leave it at 4, you're probably going to have some trouble fitting everything in. But if you know for sure Sunday and Wednesday, like, you have to be there, that's what you want to write down, not all 4 days, okay? So all the obligations you currently have. Figure out how many hours a week you spend doing each of those things and place them on your calendar. And I recommend digital. I know. I'm a paper person too. I know. But if you put them out on a digital calendar, what you're going to actually have is a very clear visual representation that you can see anytime you want of where your empty spots are. And what's interesting is if you don't put things on there like watching TV, watching TV is honestly the biggest one. Screwing around on Facebook, losing your entire life on Instagram, pinning until you die, like all that stuff. You'll notice you have a lot of free time. Even the busiest person has an extra hour or 2 per day. And I've never seen that fail. I mean, there's nurses that work 12 hours a day and they still find free time. It's crazy. It's there. So I need you to take these things and put them on your calendar. And then I need you to go back and look at those priorities and make sure those priorities, the things that were taking away from it and the things that were helping, are either on it or not. If they were taking away from it, they should not be on your calendar. You need to get out of those obligations immediately. And then if they were adding to it, they need to definitely be on your calendar. It's be non-negotiable. If your workouts are part of that, those workouts need to be on your calendar. Those are an appointment. That's not something you do whenever you feel like it, okay? So, but when you have that, what that's going to identify for you is simply, when are you going to do the work for your training class? When are you going to work your Beachbody business? Is it going to be 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes on your lunch break, and 20 minutes after the kids go to bed? Is it going to be 2 hours after the kids go to bed? Is it going to be, okay, I just have to get up at 5 because I don't work until 9, and now that's cool. Like, I'll just get my workout done and everything will be done early. Am I going to do meal prep on Sundays? This is your responsibility to find the gaps in your schedule and put in when you are going to be working your Beachbody business, okay? I've seen this business operate under the busiest circumstances. I have single moms with multiple jobs who have a whole weight journey ahead of them and have never done any of this stuff before. I don't even know how to use Facebook groups or anything. And I've seen them manage this in less than an hour a day because they manage their time well. So there really are no excuses as far as time goes. It's simply prioritization. You have all the time that you need to do everything that is in alignment with your goals. The issue is you don't have time to do everything that's in alignment with your goals and totally screw around and waste time and do things that don't grow or help you, okay? So please make your schedule and have that done before you go into the training class, because really, like, don't waste everyone's time getting started and then not doing it. You should have your schedule done. It's your business. It's as a business, and we're going to treat it like one. So make it a priority, okay? So the next one is going to be your Beachbody story. So your Beachbody story, this is one of those things every new coach tells me they don't have one. Well, I haven't lost a lot of weight, and I feel like they're just comparing themselves to someone else when they say that. Because if they were just looking at themselves and there was nothing to compare it to, they would be able to find their story. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is do not compare your story to me. Don't compare it to your coach. Don't compare it to anyone else that you follow, okay? This is your story. And that in this business is what we lead with. We don't lead with products. Anyone can go on eBay and Amazon and to their neighbor's house or whatever and, like, borrow their DVDs. People can go running for free anytime they want. Like, we don't lead with products here. That's sales, and we're not interested. We share. So in order for us to share, we need to make sure you have a story to share. So the best way that I found to share my story is to simply think about where I was, what I experienced, and where I am now. Very simple, right? So this can be, you've known about Beachbody for one day. Like myself, I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually signed up as a coach before I'd ever done a workout, tried Shakeology, anything. I signed up with my very first coach orders when I tried Shakeology for the first time. That's when I got, however many days later I got it in the mail. And so you would think, oh, I don't have a story yet. Well, yes, I do. because I was in a really crappy place personally, really overweight, depressed, and I honestly had just had it. And that's what happened. I had it. I finally got to a point where I was ready to change. So when an offer like this was presented to me, I jumped on it. I absolutely jumped on it. I didn't know where it was going to go or what it was going to turn into, but I knew I was sick of being where I was. So that's very simple, right? My story was I was in a really bad place. Like I had gotten so overweight. I was almost 300 pounds. I was depressed. And I took a leap of faith. Someone I saw had the results that I wanted. My coach had lost 60 pounds and she's quite little. So it was a really drastic transformation. I thought if she can do it, I can do it too. So I signed up. And now, so this is what I would say. I would say, and now, I'm just waiting for my stuff to get here, and I'm really excited to be part of this community, and I'm really just excited to be taking some steps forward in my life. Like, I'm just happy to not be sitting around and waiting for something to happen, I mean, nothing happened yet. I haven't taken the Shakeology. I haven't done any of the workouts. I haven't lost a single pound. Still weigh 300 pounds, but I have a story. You have one too. So it could be something like, after I had my kids, I just felt like I kind of lost who I was. I was just mom and I wasn't feeling real good about myself. And I saw all these other moms on Facebook getting fit and I was part of this group and I love the community. And I thought, man, if they can do it, I can do it. This could be really cool. Maybe this is what my calling was. Maybe, I don't know. So I decided to go ahead and take a leap of faith and jump in. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to see where this all goes and try some new things and meet some new people and start the path to finding me again. See, that's nothing happened. You didn't do anything, but you have a story. So my recommendation is, where were you? What happened? You saw something, you got to a moment, you had an experience. What happened? And then, how do you feel now? Are you excited about going forward? Or, I started a 21-day fix. I lost 6 pounds in my first 21 days. And I thought, I'm just going to keep going and I'm going to pay this forward. So I upgraded to being a coach and now I'm starting round 2 and I'm learning how to help others. Like, where are you going now? What's happening now? And so you can make a really, really short little story. But if you get clear on that, you'll know what you have to offer. Because if you have to offer a little spark of hope or a possibility for the moms out there who are losing their identity, you can talk about that. And they're going to be so attracted to you. And you never have to scream from the rooftops, buy my shakes. You can just be you, talking about you. And people will love it. The right people will love it. Some people will not relate to that and they won't care at all because maybe they never had kids. That's cool. Those aren't your people. That's fine. We don't need them. We're looking for the people that get you. So if you can get really clear on your story, that's going to help you a lot going forward when people say, what is this? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Instead of stumbling going, shakes, DVDs, you want to buy some shit? Like, that's not what we're going to do, okay? And then finally is your list. So the third thing, this one people lose their minds about. So for our training course, we ask you to bring a list of 100 people. And we prefer if that list is separated into A, B, and C. So A is who you think is most likely to want to participate in health and fitness with you or be a coach on your team. B is going to be people who you're like, I don't know, maybe. And C is like, oh no, they're gonna, I don't even want to ask them. This is gonna be awkward. They're gonna slam the door in my face. You don't have to do that part if you don't want to, but it's helpful for an exercise that we do like in the first week, so I would recommend it. But we ask you to bring a list of 100 people, and this freaks everyone out. It freaks everyone out. I hear, I don't know 100 people. Okay. I hear, I don't know 100 people. Oh, I don't want to talk to these people. I don't want to bother my friends and family. I hear all sorts of stuff. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is check your nonsense at the door. Okay? Everything that I hear, I'm just like, so then you don't want this? So, well then why did you sign up? I don't know what you're doing here. If we ask you to do something like that, we're trying to help you because there's something coming that we're going to do with the item. So the 100-person list, in my opinion, this is how I want you to look at it. You are here to help people. This is a business of service. You're here to serve. You're on this earth to serve. You have a purpose, and it is to make the world a better place. What I want you to think about is when you're making your list of 100 people, I want you to think of, if I could help these people in health, finances, or relationships, who would it be? Who would I want to help? Man, I know for me, I have all my family members, I would want to see them better. We grew up kind of poor, and not everyone has great stuff. A couple people got out and made things out, they did big things, but for the most part, they still struggle. And I see them not able to pay their bills, and I see them struggle with their weight, and that sucks. It sucks knowing that I can help them, right? So my family would be first and foremost, and then God, my coworkers. I want all my coworkers to feel good. I want them to have more energy. I want them to be better parents. I want them to have more energy to play with their kids. Like, I care. I want that for them. I would put their names down. And then, there's, what about all the people that I went to school with, high school and college? God, that's a lot of people. I got to refriend those people on Facebook. I got to go find them, friend them on Facebook. Then I got to think, who do my kids know? My kids have friends. They have parents. They go to school. Maybe that. They give you a school directory, that thing's got hundreds of names in it. How about those people? How about your kids' teachers? What about the person who does your hair and your nails? Your mailman. I don't know about you guys. I get a lot of mail, so I know my mailman. It might be weird. Maybe not everyone does that. All your neighbors, you live in an apartment complex, like all those neighbors that you just ignore. I mean, what if you could make their life better? What if they were sending you a thank you for changing their life? That's possible. We don't know. I'm not going to ask you to go call all these people on the phone, right? That's not the point. I want you to make a list, though. I want you to make a list of every single person that you know. And I mean everyone. And I do not stop before 100. Do not even think about stopping before 100. Everyone knows the average person is connected to 1,000 people. Okay? That I don't know. So if I met you, I now know you plus 1,000 more people that I don't already know. And we'll have some mutual friends already, so there's that, right? But so you could make a list of 1,000. It would just take you a long time to think through that. But don't you dare stop before 100. I mean, shoot for 200, shoot for 300. Hell, just go on your Facebook and go, okay, I have 125 friends there. That's done. The average person on Facebook has 225 friends. So there's that right there. And I'm talking people that you haven't talked to in a long time. I'm talking get out your yearbook. I'm talking go friend everyone on Facebook from high school and college. I'm talking whatever, fraternity, sorority maybe you were in. Everything. I want every name. And I want you to do it in a way that's not about you. Yes, I'm pointing at you. Listen to me. This is not about you. Whatever weird crap you're thinking about, like, they're not going to like me or I don't want to bother them or whatever, that doesn't help anyone. That doesn't serve the world. That does not speak to your greater purpose. That is not what you were created for. This is not about you. This is about them. And again, I'm not going to ask you to talk to all these people. What I'm asking is that you have a master list. We will work from a master list for the rest of your coaching career. And if we need you to get this done now so you understand the concepts. We can use it when you start your training. This is your master list. This is your list of people you are currently connected to. And you will continue to grow this list for the rest of your coaching career. Every time you meet a new person at a party, every time you go to a new grocery store and meet a cashier, every time a friend of a friend friends you on Facebook, every time you get a new Instagram follower, anytime you get a new Pinterest follower, anytime someone gives you their email address because you joined a meetup group together, your master list grows and grows and grows. And someday you might look up and have 10,000 people on this list. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know how big you're going to go. But please, please, please have a list. So I'm not telling you you have to make this list right now. I'm telling you the list is created before you start training. So the next training class, you do have to bring your list, and that's very clear in the instructions of the training class. What I wanted to do was get you clear on the point and the attitude you need to have while making it, so that you do not go into that with your ego and your insecurities and making it about you, because that is a really, really fast road to failure as a coach. We're here to help each other and serve the world, not to worry what everyone thinks about us and everyone's looking at me and me, right? Okay, so those are the 3 most important things that every coach needs to have. A good schedule with their priorities planned out, absolutely, a good handle on their story, and a master list that they will continue to use. If you literally never did any more training than this, I died tomorrow, hit by a bus, and I couldn't teach you anything else, you would have a major foundation with those 3 things. So please just take care of that. Get those things all set before you start training. And if you have any questions, of course, ask your coach, okay? All right, guys, I'm so excited to work with you. Have an awesome rest of your day.